Welcome. Getting the glasses cleaned off so I can see. Can I see now? Can I see? Can you see me? Where are you people? Where are you people? Why are you late? Why are you late? AI Learning Lab. We come here every night. You're not supposed to be late. Why are you late? All right. It's a little warm. It's okay. I've got my iced coffee. You're, oh yeah, my voice was having a rest. Yeah, that was pretty nasty last night. I think it's okay now. We'll see. We'll see when I get talking. We've been hanging around here for an hour. Hey, Ted looks at life. What's happening, Omar? Welcome, everybody. The beginning is near. I don't know if you knew that, but it is. Do. I was about to give up. Don't give up, Steve-O. I had it was Denver Startup Week, and tonight was the last night bash. I tend not to go to Denver Startup Weeks because I'm busy running a startup. So I went to the party. It was fine. I saw a couple of people, but I am not a fan of those mega networking events. They just don't. I went to two sessions today. One was okay. The other one was a complete waste of time. So anyway, Robert Rossi, what's happening? Ted looks at life, waiting for the great pumpkin. Hey, that's a fat joke, isn't it? I resemble that remark. See? Yeah, ya palooka. Yeah. His head was the size of a giant pumpkin. He looked like Rosie O'Donnell. Tom Arnold, maybe. Yeah, see? Yeah, ya palooka. Pouring water down my face. A terrible drinking problem. All right. So, welcome, everyone. My name's Kyle Shannon. This is the AI Learning Lab. You know, a lot of people out there in this world, they're saying, the robots are going to kill us. The end is near. No, I disagree. The beginning is here. We're at the beginning of this thing. If you're feeling behind, if you're feeling left out, if you're feeling like, everyone knows more about AI than I do, they don't. Nobody knows more than anyone right now. Everyone's trying to figure this shit out. And everyone that thinks they have it figured out, they're going to get their ass handed to them. Like, say, Midjourney. Because DALL-E 3 was announced, and it can do text, and it can do coherence, meaning you can identify a character at the beginning of a series of prompts, and it'll maintain that character throughout that series of prompts. And it can do really complicated object integration into the scene. And then today, Elon Musk, because he's Elon Musk and he doesn't want old Sam Altman to get too big in his britches, tweeted out Midjourney's coming up with something pretty cool soon too. So anyway, this is going to be a crazy fall. If you think all of these tools, we are moving out of. So one of the things I say on the channel here, because I'm just a smart ass. I'm a smart aleck. And one of the things I say here, I say it pretty much every night. I say all these AI tools are just janky pieces of shit. I do. I say it just like that. I say it so much. Somebody made me a graphic for it with a little, it's poop. It's poop on top of the word janky. We are entering, like in the next 3 months, I may have to retire the janky pieces of shit graphic. I think these tools are going to get pretty sophisticated pretty quick. So anyway, listen, if you're new here, welcome everyone. Got a lot of folks in here. If you see all the hearts going, that's people tapping the screen like mad. Now you're thinking like, What? He hasn't said anything yet. Why are they? What is? There's nothing to like here. Exactly. Those are the irregulars. There's people that show up here night after night after night, including me, and they're just not right. They're just not right. They're irregular, and so they have little games they play. Don't we have a T-shirt for them? We made like a little T-shirt graphic. See, they're not weird. They're irregulars. So they're trying to beat their record from last night. What are you up to? You're up to 1.6 thousand. So you're doing good. Here's what we do here. If you're new to this generative AI stuff, if you've not played with ChatGPT, go to chat.openai.com and just start playing. While you listen to me ramble, you'll see what goes on in the channel. I'll answer any questions you have. I'll demo stuff if you want to see it. And the nonprofit fundraising person in here DM'd me before the thing, said she wanted me to talk about the future of work. I don't know if you're in here, Ann, but if you are, just sort of pop in kind of what you want me to talk about. I'm happy to talk about that. But go to chat.openai.com. Start playing with it. And when you're like, but Kyle, I don't know what that means. I'm not very technical. You say play with these tools. You can't play with these tools. This is technology. This is artificial intelligence. You have to be a mathematician to do that. No, you don't. You don't. ChatGPT is just like the Google box. You know the Google box where you put shit in and you get a bunch of ads? This, you put shit in and you get back remarkable stuff. So go play with it. If you don't know what to say there, go to prompts.chat. That thing will teach you a little bit about how these things work. And then I'll talk about those in a second. But anyway, pop any comments you have down below. Bunch of stuff going on. Oh, cool little star. Thank you, Digital Gods. Appreciate that. What do you think about Bard using it to search Gmail? Yeah, so I did finally get it to work today. So here's the skinny on Bard. So Bard, my top 3 right now are chat.openai. That's the chat GPT. I think it is worth paying the $20 for that. Oh, by the way, I want to go see something. There's a guy on TikTok named Abron, like LeBron. Abron, who's an OpenAI ambassador. And he did a video today on DALL-E 3. And he said DALL-E 3 is going to show up as a plugin, not as a mode like Code Interpreter. But I'm going to go look for something. I'm going to go check and see if it's there. It's not. But I am going to go look in plugins for a second. Hold on, please. Let's see if we got a little action snuck into our Chat GPT. We could play with this stuff for free. DALL-E. Nope. Nothing. All right. It's worth a shot. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, so go play with these tools. The question about Bard. So if you don't know, Bard yesterday released a new version of Bard, which is good. They improved the interface. It still seems to be decently functional. And they added a thing called extensions. And extensions is pretty wild. They're kind of like ChatGPT plugins, except what does Google have? Well, Google has all of your Gmail and all of your Google Drive and travel and all that sort of happy horse shit. So you can now search across your Google Drive. Now, here's the deal. From my limited experience with it, it ain't great yet. But the fact that you can essentially GPT across all of your Google Drive and your emails, your Gmails from history is pretty wild. Let me get that. Let me get logged into that because here's the other thing about the Google thing. So all day yesterday I couldn't get it to work. I even went on the Salon Discord and I said, "Can anyone help me make this work?" Like the old man I am. Hey, Marge, how do you make the TikTok work? Is this thing on? How do I know if it's on? I see myself. I'm right here. So I was doing that a little bit yesterday. But if you have a Google Workspace account, so basically, if you pay for Google, you don't get these new services, which is stupid. Now, I understand why it's like that, because I would imagine that the permissions for the workspace, if you're, GPTing across Google Drive for multiple users is probably a fucking nightmare. So I kind of get why it's not there. But they don't give you any indication that, like, there's no dialog box that pops up and says, this is a Google Workspace account. Go fuck yourself. It's just like, it just doesn't work. So let me see if I can get logged in here. So you go to bard.google.com. And I got to switch over to my other account. Except my problem is LastPass has the wrong password in it. So I think open the Gmail app. Continue. Okay. So let's go look at this. So here we are at Bard. So this is Bard Experiment. Just so you know, this is not a real thing. This is just an experiment. They reserve the right to steal all your data and turn this thing off just when you get addicted to it. So it's just like that. Now, if you go bard.com, so if you're logged into a single account, not a workspace account, and you go to bard.com, bard.google.com/extensions, it should then take us, it didn't. This is what was happening. Oh, wait, it relogged me into the other account. No, I want the other account. Come on, you weirdo. Okay, here we go. Good Lord. You know, is it so hard to make shit that doesn't suck? Apparently it is. Okay. So, one conversation, many extensions. So they have Google Flights, Google Hotels, Google Maps, Google Workspace. So this is all of your Drive, Gmail, and Docs. And then YouTube. Oh, let's play with YouTube. So the way you call these things is you call like at YouTube, at Gmail, at Drive, at Docs, right? So I've got these all turned on. Okay, so go back to Bard Experiment, and then I'll go at YouTube. And that was kind of cool. So it says this extension's enabled, so it's recognizing it as an extension. So let's say at YouTube, what is the last video I uploaded? Query unsuccessful. Well, to be fair, I might not this might be a dead YouTube account. Hang on. So let's ignore that one. All right, let's see. We'll do at Gmail. What kind of product is being sold in most of my spam email? Let's see if it can do this. By the way, like I this is not prepared at all. I'm just playing here kind of in real time with you. So this is kind of the stupid shit. I cannot determine specific products sold out of most of your spam emails because the emails you have shared do not contain that information. That's not true. Thank you for your order, PlayStation. So it gives me some links to emails. And I think it takes me over to Gmail. Yeah, it takes me into that. Well, that's interesting. All right. Yeah, this is a lovely Ford Flex. What did I just close? Oh, I just closed the window. Oh, good God. All right, whatever. Anyway, so what do I think of Bard? I think that the tools are weak right now. They're janky pieces of shit. They're weak, and the large language model that's powering them is not great. But Gemini's coming out, so I think they're laying the foundation for some pretty amazing shit coming up. I hope. Okay, so how this channel works is ask any questions you have. Wait, tell it that's not true. Yeah. Well, I would have, but I closed the window, so I just bailed. I just gave up. I'm done. I'm done with the Bard. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't like doing live kind of like. I don't mind doing live shit, but like I haven't tested it at all, so I haven't figured out like how to use it. And I haven't like what I need to do, because that Gmail account that I have to use to be able to see the extensions, I haven't used it in like 8 years. So it's like a completely dormant account. So I don't know what's in it. I don't know what to search for. I don't know what would yield an interesting result. All my good stuff's in my workspace account. That's the one I want to play with, but you can't. You just can't do it. They're not going to let you do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no more. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? All right. Good Lord. Good Lord. All right. Fantastic, Bob. Let's put a nice doggy up. Let's put the AI Learning Lab up. This is Allie, the AI Learning Lab. Ain't she sweet? She's so sweet. She's so sweet. She's a hunting lab. She likes to chase ducks. She's a duck chaser. Okay, so I'm going to go start answering some questions. This shirt is really hard to read against. I might need to go flip on a, what's it called? T-shirt. A dark T-shirt, because this is hurting my eyes. My eyes are old and tired, people. They're old and tired. They're old and tired. ChatGPT helped me land a big client today by creating a killer marketing campaign. Jim Ross, bang! Jim, welcome. Good to see you again. That's awesome. So Jim, I met Jim. I do live office hours on LinkedIn every Friday afternoon. And I met Jim last week or the week before. And he runs a bunch of storage businesses. And so he's been using, I said, well, how much are you using AI? Oh, just using a little bit here and there. I said, well, how long have you been using it? He goes, since last November. I'm like, dude, you've been using it since day one. You're advanced. And so now he's like out there landing business with it. Boom. We'll wait while you change, Kyle. Okay, fine. I'll go change. Champy. Hi, little champy. All right. I got my little crescent moon shirt over the high tide, the waves of yore. Silver Fox. Many music notes. Ba-da-bum, ba-da-bum, ba-ba, ba-da-bum. I don't know. He put on his shirt. He tugged at the neck a lot. I don't know what was going on there. I wonder if that's really an office or a backdrop. Oh, wouldn't you like to know? You've seen this before. If this was a backdrop, could I grab a screwdriver off a shelf? Nope. Could I grab a Ziploc baggie full of change? Nope. Kyle, is your office a big pile of trash? Shut up. Don't pick on me. All right. Anyone have any insights into a 3D printing generative AI? Not yet. There's ways you can do it. There's some AI models in the open source space on GitHub that are, there's papers on it. There's some early models that'll take an image and convert it into 3D objects. There's other ones that will do text to 3D objects. They're a little too early right now. But it won't be long. It won't be long. So, yeah, I would say just be patient. Just give it another 6 months or so. And then you'll, I mean, like we're within a year of ask for it and it'll start printing, you know. If you've ever owned a 3D printer, they take for fucking ever. So it's not like you ask for it and it shows up like a Midjourney image. It's like you ask for it and then you go to bed and you wake up and maybe the print hasn't failed. And you get something that looks pretty cool. D. Shindy home collection. Huh? Why is that pinned? Why is there a multi-color area rug pinned? Oh, I see. CW said the other shirt reminded him of rugs. That's hilarious. Yeah, that shirt gets a lot of compliments in person. It's a nice shirt. It's got all this embroidery on it, but it's pretty much impossible to read here. Dude, you know you can press the yellow heart at the top. Oh, and send Kyle a free heart. Oh, I didn't know that. Can I send myself a free heart? Wait, nope. I got 88 free hearts. That's pretty cool. Thanks, Share Bear. I didn't know that was possible. Classic Google. Everything's in beta for a decade. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Experiment. But yeah, Gmail was an experiment for 15 years. At one point, a buddy of mine, Ben Jones, got hired at Google. He still works there. And I was having some weird issue with Gmail, and I reached out to him like, dude, man, Gmail sucks. And he's like, how much you paying for it? I'm like, oh, you're already a douche? You worked for Google for like 3 weeks, and you're already a douche? Yep. Crypto Joe just joined. Emilio's wife. What's happening? Ahoy, sir. Ahoy, irregulars. Hello, Ron. How are you? What's the best place to start? It seems like a lot of public-facing products are, I hope this says pieces of shit, are, wait, kneecapped. Oh. Yeah. So, okay. So, it depends what you want to start with, but if you're just trying to like figure out this AI shit, just get your head around it. There's only one. Yeah, there's only one you need. Go to chat.openai.com. And you don't need to pay the $20 for it. I personally would, because you're going to get access to DALL-E 3 when it comes out, and then you won't have to pay for Midjourney. You also get access to Code Interpreter or Advanced Data Analysis. You also get access to plugins, and you get access to GPT-4 if you pay for the $20 a month. It's the first one. It's the one that started all this nonsense. If you're wondering why everyone's talking about AI, it's because of ChatGPT. So they've got like a 6-month head start on the industry, which with the speed this industry is moving, 6 months is a lot, right? So we're going to see Gemini come out, which is going to kick GPT-4's ass. And then November 6th or 8th, OpenAI is having their developer conference. I have a feeling they're going to announce some things. So we're going to keep seeing these things do this. But GPT right now is the one. Just go start playing with it. Go to prompts.chat. That'll teach you how to talk to large language models, which is what all of these things are. Start with parlor tricks like write me a poem, write me a country song, write me a marketing plan. Just tell it, just give it, compare two obscure philosophical treatises. It doesn't matter. Like just throw language pasta at the wall with it. Have it write you a Python program or a C# program. Have it do coding for you. Write some HTML. Rewrite an XML schema, depending on where you are on the geeky scale. And just start playing with it. And then once you kind of say, okay, I think this is a little bit more than Google, then start to think about what you do and start to query, can it do what I do? And then at some point in there, you will have your Kevin McAllister moment. And then the adventure begins. And by the way, this is a red pill, blue pill moment. If you don't have the Kevin McAllister moment, it's your blue pill. You can just sit on the sidelines and say, I'll just wait for this AI stuff to show up for real. Or you dig in and you have that moment where you realize, holy fuck, these things are something different. This is something different. Language pasta, that's a t-shirt. Oh, language pasta. Throw the language pasta at the wall. I didn't even know I said that. All right, let me add that to the Trello board. That's a good one. Oh, that's really funny. 90 tabs. Let me restore my 90 tabs just to give those of you who actually close your tabs anxiety. All right, where is my Trello? Where's Trello? Where are you, Trello? I guess I'm going to have to type those letters. T-R-E. All right, that's all. By the way, isn't autocomplete the best? That's we've been using AI for decades, right? You do know that, right? Like all the autocomplete, all the spell check, the grammar shit, all that stuff's AI. So where am I going here? T-shirt sayings. Language pasta. I won't know what that means next time I come look at this. Cue the Jeopardy music. I guess that was when I changed my shirt. I wonder if that's really an office or a backdrop. Oh, that's what that was in reference to. He shows his stuff from the shelves. Anyone have insights into 3D printing generative AI? Just wait. Listen, so Ron, the insight I have is just go to Reddit and search for 3D printer AI or AI 3D prints or whatever. I guarantee you there's some subreddits in there where there's some geeks that have figured out that if you take this tool and you stitch it together with that tool and you do this, it'll generate this, which you can bring into Cura Slicer and you can slice it and you can make your 3D print. I can't imagine that at this point, we're probably like 2 years into GPT-3 being around, 2.5 years. Someone will have solved some version of it. It's just not going to be super easy right now. So if you want to geek out, just go to Reddit. I guarantee you there's something there. Someone's probably got a Google Colab notebook. Cutting up tonight. Techie Becky. Oh, Techie Becky. 10 fucking out of 10 on the name. Techie Becky? Oh, that's fucking gold. You know what that deserves?
You can make money with ChatGPT.
Yeah? Okay, sorry. What's your comment? Just saw that there's a class action lawsuit from the Writers Guild against OpenAI. And Sarah Silverman and lots of them. Did you also see that Microsoft said that if anyone gets sued for copyright infringement, they're going to pay the lawyer bills? Yeah. I don't think these lawsuits really stand much of a chance. But I think they're going to keep coming for a couple of reasons. One is copyright holders are rightfully concerned that their livelihood could be fucking hosed. Like it. At a minimum, things are going to change dramatically. If you understand actually how large language models work and how embeddings work, what ChatGPT is not, is it's not a copying and pasting plagiarism machine. That's how it's characterized by everyone, but that's not what it is. Like the original documents that were used to train ChatGPT, they do not exist in the ChatGPT vector space. What lives in there is individual words that are clustered semantically. All the like words kind of hang out together, and they're disassociated from their source documents. So depending on how you prompt them, you can get them to give you things, maybe even exact copies of stuff that was copywritten. But I think there's a technical argument here that, this is the equivalent of having books in a library and people going in and learning and then being able to recite something. I can sing all of the words of Gilda Radner's Let's Talk Dirty to the Animals, but it doesn't mean I'm a copyright infringer. Now, if I record it and try to sell it, then I am. The reason that one's on my mind is I got one of my TikToks, one of these lives, I played the Gilda Radner Let's Talk Dirty to the Animals thing. I played the whole song. I got a copyright strike on that video on YouTube. Is AI out of control and can't turn back due to lack of policies? No, not yet. But we can't turn back. For a couple of reasons. One is, so when ChatGPT launched, nobody, including OpenAI, thought it was going to be a big deal. Nobody. And then it got to 1 million users in 5 days, and it got to 100 million users in 6 weeks. And that shooketh the earth for these tech companies, and so everyone kind of panicked. And everyone who had AI projects that they were kind of slow rolling and we don't want to get it out until it's right, all of a sudden they're like, holy shit, we gotta get out there. Including Google. And Google invented the core technology that ChatGPT is built on, this thing called the transformer. So there's just too much money at stake. Microsoft invested $10 billion in OpenAI, $10 billion, and they're rolling it into all of their applications, all of Office 365, all of Azure, all of it's in GitHub Copilot, it's in Slack, it's in Teams, it's going to be in everything. So they're making a big bet. They're not going to let it die because they're sort of betting their future on it. Google is now responding pretty aggressively. Meta, this is the big reason why it's not going to go away. Meta has open sourced some very powerful large language models. I don't think they've open sourced their most powerful ones, but they open sourced a 70 billion parameter model, and they open sourced this thing called Code Llama, which is fine-tuned on coding. And it's a 34 billion parameter model, and those are out there for commercial use, freely opened, no safety guardrails. So, could nefarious actors use the Llama 2 models to do bad shit? Yes. Go look at Worm GPT. $100 a month. Product designed for hackers to use GPT to go do bad shit. So yeah, they can do some bad shit with it. The good guys can do bad shit to the bad people too. So that's a bit of a saving grace. The models that are out there right now are probably not powerful enough to do major damage, but the ones that are coming probably are. And so if you're curious into what those companies are doing, look up, I want to get you the right, whatever you call it, the name of the document, the Frontier. Look up Frontier AI article. OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and Anthropic form a body to oversee safe frontier AI development. So the big companies trying to think. I'm trying to see where the actual link is to it. Is this it? No. I don't know. Anyway, you can go find it. It's basically the Frontier AI group or commission or commitment or whatever the fuck it is. But the ones that have enough money and funding and GPUs to be able to do the next level of these things, like GPT-5 and Gemini that's coming out, and whatever Meta's working on that's going to be amazing, and Elon Musk, all of the companies that have the resources to do things that could truly do some damage if they got out of control, they've agreed to cooperate together to do everything they can to not let them get out of control. Sam Altman has committed 20% of OpenAI's compute moving forward for what he's calling super alignment. If you don't know what alignment is basically, this is so fucking trippy. Are these things, these large language models, the AI, the robots, are they aligned? Are their imperatives aligned with these things' imperatives? Because if they're not, when these things get to the next level and when they can start executing code, which they already sort of can, and when they can start taking actions like go do a Google search, go book me an airline, go, reach out and communicate with someone, when they can start doing that, which they kind of can right now, it's a little janky, but when they get really sophisticated at that, if the alignment of them and the alignment of us isn't right, and these things at some point decide, well, these pesky humans, their imperatives don't align with mine, so let's just find a way to slow them down a little bit. It seems like they're pretty reliant on logistics to eat, at least in America. Well, since I have access to some systems, why don't I just confuse the logistics? and then grocery store shelves would be bare for a while, right? So that's the fear. I don't think the tools are strong enough that we have that to fear, but these things are improving very, very quickly. And because of that competitive pressure of ChatGPT getting to 100 million users, thank you, Sherber, they're going to keep innovating. It's not going to get uninvented. It's not going to go away. No single country can shut it down. So anyway, I don't think that even answered your question, but hopefully it did. I honestly recommend Claude AI to start. Free is full model, just limited usage. That's actually not a bad. That's not a bad thought, Sam. So the thing about Claude AI that Sam says that's where he recommends people start. It's not a bad thought. So Claude AI is the company's called Anthropic. It's a bunch of ex-OpenAI people. The people that helped build the GPT-3 model are the ones that started Anthropic, and they built Claude. What Claude has that ChatGPT doesn't, and this is actually a big deal. And you know what? I think, you know what? Now that you say that, Sam, I might switch those two. Maybe I won't switch them. But I think you're right. I think you start with Claude. Because here's the deal. It's got 100,000 token context window, which if you don't know anything about these things, you're like, Kyle, I don't know what a token is. What's a context window? Why are you talking so technical? I didn't realize you were some sort of brainiac or something. You seem like normal people, and then you go busting out 100,000 token context. What is that? So what that is how much it can deal with in a single chat session. ChatGPT can deal with about 3,000 words. So if you put in like a 2,000 word prompt and it responds with 1,000 words, that's kind of its whole context window. And then anything you do after that, it sort of forgets some of the shit at the beginning of the conversation. Or if you put in like a 5,000 word document, or you copy and paste 5,000 words into it, it'll just go, I can't do that. I'm not interested in your words. There's too many words there. I can't. I'm a little sleepy. ChatGPT gets a little sleepy sometimes. It's just like, Claude can do about 75,000 words. And if you're like, I don't know how many words are in a newspaper article, what does that mean? What is it? The Great Gatsby? Yeah, The Great Gatsby. I think that's the one. 50,000 word novel. So with Claude, you could take the entire text of The Great Gatsby, paste it into Claude, and just start interacting with it. Like it'll have read the whole thing, and you can have it write a little book report for you. There you go. If there's any little high schoolers in here, and you got a Great Gatsby book report coming up, tell them that the AI Learning Lab told you to use to use Claude to cheat. And then when they call you into the principal's office, tell the principal you'll teach him how to use ChatGPT if he lets you off the hook. Because they're going to need to figure that shit out too. That's a really good thought, Sam. I think I'm going to make a little shift there. Language pasta, that's a t-shirt. It's been added. I'm using it to learn new ML package in Golang, which is a language I really don't know well. That's super cool. Yeah, you can use these things to teach you how to program. Did an apple to apples between GPT and Claude today. Not impressed with Claude. What am I missing? Well, the thing that I just talked about, Source Camp, Kelly Camp, is the big one is the context window. There's another thing about Claude that so here's the deal. If you're a writer, if you're a lover of words, GPT-4 is the best. ChatGPT-4 at that address, chat.openai.com, is really good. The Bing version of it, not so good, because it's got too many safety guardrails. But that is really, really good. So if you want words that don't suck, use that. Claude is closer to GPT 3.5 in terms of its capability and its scale. But because of that large context window, it might be a little less frustrating. It might not be as sophisticated output, but it might be a little less frustrating. Here's the thing about Anthropic, the company behind Claude, I'm a huge fan of. So the way they train these things, the way OpenAI trains their models is what's called human reinforcement learning, where as they're training these models, they have the model spit out an answer, and they have humans go, thumbs up, thumbs down. And as they do that, the model gets smarter and smarter and smarter, and that's how they do it. Couple of things about that approach. Humans are expensive and slow and have biases. So every time a human does this or this, they're introducing their bias into the system. And, they kind of famously got drug over the coals of like, well, all your people are in San Francisco, so it's very left-leaning. Claude, Anthropic uses what's called a constitutional learning model, which is they write a constitution, a set of imperatives, a set of rules that when Claude answers a thing, it's compared against those rules. And if it doesn't pass the rules, it goes back and iterates on the answer. And so that approach, I think, moving forward is going to be an important approach. And Anthropic's whole mission in life is not to create the best large language model. It's to dramatically improve large language model safety for the entire industry. They just have to make their own large language model to be able to build out the tech, right? So there's a reason to support them, and I think that I think all of these things are going to get much better in the next 6 months or a year. So anyway, yes, ChatGPT is still better. There's a lot of people who don't understand AI, so they fear it. Exactly. Wait, where did that go? But it may come across as anger. Yeah, well, but there's also people that are fucking angry about it, right? so the Writers Guild and SAG are angry about it. Now, I personally think, and this is coming. I have a degree in acting, and I've written 7 screenplays, so I know the world. This is not coming out of nowhere. I think what they're striking for and what they're trying to get in their contracts, I absolutely support. But the position that they've taken of AI is evil, and if if that's true that the WGA is suing OpenAI, they're taking a scorched earth, we will never use AI for anything kind of approach to this, and I just think that's not the wisest thing to do, because this shit isn't getting uninvented. It's coming whether we want it or not. Microsoft announcement today. Windows toolbar next week. Office 365 Copilot goes live. Wait, what did that say? When? Hang on. Let me go find this. Let's see. Microsoft Copilot. Release date. 12 hours. Windows 11 Copilot just got... Okay, Windows 11 Copilot just got a release date. Is that what you said? Yeah. So that's the... So they're building... So into Windows 11, you're going to have a toolbar that's basically a ChatGPT thing where you can just say, put my computer into dark mode. I don't want my computer to go to sleep after 10 seconds. I want it to wait 15 minutes, whatever. And it'll just go find the shit and do it. That's really cool. And then Office 365 goes live November 1st. I told you it's going to be a wild fall. So, Duet is live in Google right now, but it's kind of buried. November 1st, GPT is going to be live in Windows and Office 365. DALL-E 3 will probably be out. Maybe a new Mid-Journey. Google Gemini, which is supposed to be better than ChatGPT 4. Those are the biggies I can think of right now. There might be something else I missed, but there's some big stuff coming. What's up, Talk Dylan? Hi, Kyle. And Irregulars, what's happening to you? I went through the whole exercise with Bing today. They failed. Claude hit it first try. Oh, I went through a whole exercise. With Bing today. They failed. Claude hit it the first try. Yeah. Bing. So what I did to Bing, not that Microsoft cares that the AI Learning Lab has done this, but see, you can barely see the word Bing there underneath my fingerprints. That's because I made it dark gray. I dimmed it. I turned out Bing's light because I'm pissed off at it. It shouldn't suck this bad. And it doesn't suck because the technology's bad. It sucks because, wait. Never mind, Kyle. I was on the Claude train there. Oh, that's all right. I don't mind that. Listen. Here's the deal about this channel. I don't give a shit if people try this AI stuff and just say, I fucking hate it. It's awful. Or if they try it and they say, I love Bing, or I love Claude, or I love that. I don't give a shit. The thing I'm most interested in is getting people off the sidelines so that they have an opinion that is informed, right? If you're just sitting on the sidelines going, I heard ChatGPT lies. It can't even, it stops at September 2021. It doesn't even know anything in the future or in the present, whatever. But if you're sitting on the sidelines, not actually playing with it, not actually understanding how it works, what it does, what it makes possible, what it's good at, what it's not good at, then you're just a whiner. Don't be a whiner. Be engaged. If you're going to shit all over AI, shit all over it from a place of knowledge. And make a cogent argument for why you think the robots are going to kill us. Why they are going to take all the jobs. I go the other way, but that kind of opinioneering is great. I love that stuff. It's the ones that have clearly never used it that have all sorts of pontificating opinions about it. It's like, Shut the fuck up. Have you used it? And it's clear that they haven't. That drives me fucking crazy. Have you heard anything about Google using AI to sort through users' docs and steal info? Oh, well, Lore. I don't. So, probably. I mean, but here's the deal. Google has been. Okay, no. Let's not put this on Google. Google created a thing called the Terms of Service that over the years just got worse and worse and worse. And we, all us stupid human beings that were like, oh, free email. Oh, a free search engine. Willingly gave them all of our data. So they've already got all of our data. Google Docs has been free for, I don't know, ages. So they don't need AI to mine that, but I guarantee you that they've been mining that with AI for many years. It's not just in the past year. And it's not just this generative AI shit, right? The data is already gone. Our data is already gone. They have so triangulated. When you talk to people that really know what the fuck is going on with data between Facebook and Google and all of these services, they triangulate everything. They know where you are. They know when you're there. They know what you're doing, what you're thinking, what you bought, what you didn't. They know it all. And they know it all in real time. And that's before any of this shit came out. What makes this stuff scary is we now have access to tools where we can look across all of our Google Docs and go, oh, I wonder if Google can do that. Well, yeah, they've been doing that for fucking ever. So, that ship has already sailed. That ship that ship has sailed and sunk. Do they have access to our data? Yeah, and they've sold it. It's good. It's long gone. Long gone. We being where I work. Oh, cool. Very nice. So Claude is best for free. Can you use AI for advertising? You can. Yeah, it's really good at, what Sam Korn said here. GPT-4 in particular is really good at writing. Now, you have to get good at prompting so it doesn't just give you pablum bullshit. If you just say, write me an ad, it'll write you an ad and it'll suck. But if you say, hey, here's my creative brief and here's who I am and, I want you to act like a master copywriter for a world-class ad agency and I want you to come up with, a whole campaign inspired by Lee Clow's work with Apple, it'll know what all that means and it'll go write you some cool shit. And tell it to write you 30 headlines, taglines for a campaign. And then out of the 30 taglines it writes, 5 of them won't suck. And then you can say, hey, I like these 5. Give me 50 more that are more like that than the other 25. And it'll... So yes, really good for advertising. And also for marketing strategies. And I'm a writer and actually enjoy prompting, so maybe that's the difference for me. So Source Camp, Kelly Camp, I like your name. It's a lot. There's a lot going on with the Source and the Kelly, but I like it. This is the thing that frustrates me about the Writers Guild and the SAG thing. And SAG's a bit more complicated, but the Writers Guild in particular, these, in my humble opinion, in my very humble opinion, are the most profoundly powerful writing tools in the history of humanity. And you've got a professional organization that represents writers going, fuck that, we'll never use it. Really? When it's built into Microsoft Word, and it's built into your screenwriting software, and it's built into your note-taking applications, and it's built into Google Docs, and it's built into fucking everything, Windows 11, you're not going to use it? Really? If you can improve the quality of your outline of your screenplay by having this thing get you to 80% in 10 minutes rather than 3 days, and then you spend a day refining that outline without ChatGPT, why would you not use that? And I think the fact of the matter is a lot of writers will. But the union's taking the stance like, AI is evil. Well, no, okay. You can judge it all you want. It's not going away. It is the most profoundly powerful writing tool in the history of mankind. And you're like, we don't want to use computers. We like the sound of typewriters. We like the letter hitting the paper. Ka-chick! It's not a screenplay unless a metal letter hits a ribbon onto a piece of paper. Storing screenplays on magnetic media. How dare you? That's not real writing. I mean, that's literally what's happening. It just baffles my mind. It doesn't, because it is fucking scary. Like, I get why it's scary. I get why they're saying, hey, producers, don't fucking use these things. But the producers are going to use them anyway. And if they can say, listen, these tools are inevitable. We will likely incorporate them into our workflow. But even if something is AI enhanced, from the production company, if I'm the original writer on it, here's the rights that I want. Like, they can still fight for rights, and SAG can do the same thing without denying that these things are coming. They can say, hey, they're coming, and given that they're coming, here are our demands. That's cool. Like, I don't know if it's cool. That makes sense to me. But this, we're going to sue OpenAI to get rid of it. It's not going to slow it down. I mean, Llama is open sourced. So let's say they win. They shut down OpenAI. They even shut down Microsoft, right? The Writers Guild. Microsoft can no longer use ChatGPT. What about all these open source projects built on top of Llama 2? What happens to them? Does the WGA go after Meta and say, put the horse back in the barn? And Meta's like, it's not one horse. Now it's like 10 million horses. And nothing we can do about it. Fair point. I've been hearing rumblings from Writer talk about Google taking story ideas. Oh, that's interesting. Google taking story ideas from writers. But is Google... Like, they don't have a Netflix arm, do they? I guess YouTube might have a production arm. But I don't think YouTube's doing like full on shows. I find that sounds to me like just paranoid bullshit. Like, what would be in it for Google to steal story ideas? Because story ideas are a fucking dime a dozen. And now with ChatGPT, I mean, honest to God, I've done some experiments. I did an experiment where I said, I took GPT-4 and I told it to give me the original Star Wars plot. It did. And then I said, okay, now write me an outline that matches, scene for scene, matches Star Wars. Except instead of being in space, I want it to be animals on the Galapagos Island at the time of Charles Darwin. And it came up with character names that were fucking genius. It came up with a plot that was fucking amazing. And so I just like, it just feels like conspiracy bullshit to me. What's in it for Google to steal fucking story ideas? It just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, Google's got much bigger fish to fry. like predicting consumer behavior of every person on the planet. There's big money in that. If they get story credit for some film production that might make them $150 million or $1 billion if they really knock it out of the park. And meanwhile, they're making trillions with their data. It just doesn't make sense to me. Again, I understand the fear. Like what that probably was like that Air Force thing where some writer said it hypothetically, because Google's got access to Google Docs, they could steal our stories. And then someone else heard that and said, Google's stealing stories. That's probably what happened there. Good use of ChatGPT. Input customer personas and use it as a focus group. Ask questions. Oh, it's really good for that. How would they respond? It's really good for that. It's really good for that. I did some persona stuff where I actually brought one of the personas to life using DID and the voice synthesis stuff. It's pretty good. I wonder if I have that somewhere. I do. You want to see it? Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Ding, 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 dee, 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 dee. View, play, in a window, play. Oops. February. And this was something I wanted to do. I wanted to experiment for my company, Storyvine. So we have a video storytelling platform, and we do a lot of work in healthcare and pharma. And we wanted to see if, like, a lot of times our pharma clients can't find patients, like they don't have the right indication or whatever all their fancy ass words. And so I wanted to see, if we needed to generate a patient, story or generate a patient, how might we do that? Well, they always want them to be, diverse and represent different groups and things like that. So what I'm about to show you, from the minute I went into ChatGPT and said, wonder if I could do that, to the video I'm about to show you, took less than 30 minutes. And this was the first time I tried this. And this was last February. So shit's gotten better since this. So the first thing I did was I had ChatGPT come up with a persona framework. And I said, how do you create persona frameworks? And it educated me on that. And it gave me a bunch of different options. And so I selected some of the things. And I said, okay, these look good. And then I said, now write me 12 personas that have different backgrounds in all these different areas. Bang, out they came. So I took one of them. This is Amina. And the way Storyvine software works is we have an app that guides an end user. It prompts a patient, in this case, to answer a series of questions about their disease. When were you diagnosed, and what do you enjoy doing, and how have you been treating it? Whatever the prompting questions are, and a person answers them. So I then had ChatGPT have Amina tell her story using our prompts. So basically, she answered our prompts just like she was a real person. And then Leah Fasten, who co-hosts the salon with me, she's a photographer, and she had this really cool style that was super authentic. So she gave me a whole bunch of images to start with. So I picked this one for Amina. And then I took this story and I took a South Asian accent in, was it 11 Labs? Yeah. Yes. No, it wasn't. It was in DID. So in DID, you can pick different languages. And so I just copied in these, and then I made video clips, and then I put those video clips in my company's software, which automatically assembles them into a fully edited video. Hang on. And this is the video that was created. So again, this was from start to finish, less than 30 minutes.
Hello, I'm Amina Ahmed. I was diagnosed with ALS about 4 years ago. What brings me joy is spending time with my family, especially my parents and siblings. We enjoy cooking and eating traditional South Asian dishes together. Moving beyond my diagnosis was not easy, but I found comfort in my faith and my family's support. I also started to focus on what I could still do instead of...
So anyway, you get the basic idea. So not only can it do personas, you can bring those personas to life in ways that you just couldn't otherwise. And, again, this still sounds a bit monotone. I think with the accent, it sounds, decently realistic, but it's still fairly flat and monotone. But within a year, it's not going to sound flat and monotone. It's going to have cadence and dynamics and things like that, and it's going to seem more increasingly real. And so, the amount of use cases here, like just dealing with things like there's patients who want to tell their story that can't tell their story. Well, now they're going to be able to. So all sorts of stuff. Ideogram site. Any tips to using it? A little bit a human being. So be patient with it. Put your text in quotes. Use the buttons at the bottom, like the typography one's a good one. Like if you do typography and poster, it tends to do pretty good typography. AI soapbox, preach it. Ted looks at life. That's cool. Look what Ted put in the Discord. That's pretty funny. That's awesome. So that's the first thing is just experiment with the different thing. The different buttons will just give you different results. The other thing is go find a video that go find an image in ideogram that looks close to what you want and just copy the post. Because in copying the post, it'll have what buttons they pushed. So that's a way. Then you can remix it. Another way is to remix it, where you take an image that already exists and just hit the remix button and just keep spinning it. So what I tend to do on it is just experiment until I get something that's close. Like AI Learning Lab with this dog, I would get like AI Leaning Lab or Learning Lab or AI Lab. It was always all over the place. But if you get it close, like the one that said AI Leaning Lab, I took that one and I remixed it. And I just kept remixing it until it spelled it right. because once it sort of, understands the sort of general, amount of words and letters in the neighborhood, it tends to get it right at some point in 2 or 3 iterations. What was the video platform you just showed, Kyle? So the thing that assembled that with all the graphics is my company's platform called Storyvine, storyvine.com. But the thing that generated Amina talking is D-ID. So d-id.com, I think. Let me just make sure that's right. d-id.com. Yep. The Digital People platform. Here, I'll show it to you. So like here's all the videos that I've made over the months. And then let's see, if I want to create a new video, I've got, here are the presenters. Some of these I made in Midjourney, some of these I made in Stable Diffusion. Here's ones that they give you. They've got high quality ones that I guess those are 1080p ones or instead of 720p or whatever. They've got close-ups. These are all ones. So you basically just pick a thing, and then you can either type your text or you can upload. Where do I do it? Oh yeah. So right here, you can either type text in, right? So you type in a script here, like hi, my name is Bob. I like turtles. And then you can choose different accents. We'll just leave United States. And then certain ones, like the United States, they have lots of different characters. So we'll do that. Let's go. Let's get a Bob here. Where's Bob? There's Bob. That's Bob. There's Bob. And then you say generate video. It's going to cost me 1 credit. Let's go. It should go really quick. It's funny, every time I demo this, they've slightly changed the interface. Because that's the thing, you know, all these tools being janky pieces of shit, they get less and less janky every month. So, you know, you go back in to use these things and you're like, oh, they actually made this usable now.
Hi, my name is Bob. I like tools.
I like to Okay. So that's D-ID. So that's the tech I use to make that that South Asian woman telling her patient story. That woman, Amina. Da 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 da.
Hello, I'm Amina Ahmed. I was diagnosed with ALS about 4 years ago.
Cuckoo. And then you know, then you've got things like here, I'll show you. We've got 100 people in here, so there's people that haven't seen this yet. So that's her. So that's just sort of inventing a persona, like literally out of nothing in like 25 to 30 minutes, and having her tell her story. And then you have a tool like Hey Jen, which just sort of sneakily launches a feature they don't even realize is a big deal. And it does this. This is so stupid. I mean, so stupid, like crazy, like, holy shit, we live in this reality right now. This exists right now. So this is, look, more Kyle. This is a video I filmed last February. This was just a clip in a video I made, you know, for marketing. Or this was like a video I sent out to my advisors or something like that. So I just took some clips from this. I uploaded it to this Hey Jen video translate thing, and watch this. So we've heard from a number of clients that modular content is important to them, getting more efficient with how we create content and how we leverage content. Clienti dicono che il contenuto modulare è importante, rendendo più efficiente la creazione dei contenuti. Behind me, you see these little green boxes. That's how we think about stories at Storyvine. We break stories down into little atoms, right? Little modules. Dietro di me vedi queste piccole scatole verdi? Così pensiamo alle storie. A Storyvine scomponiamo le storie in atomi. Moduli piccoli. And that's how we capture... Right? So, like, that exists today. You just upload files 10 or 15 minutes later. You get back something in. I think it's up to 8 languages right now. The co-founder, I watched a live with the co-founder last week. He said they're going to be up to 20 languages pretty quickly and then a lot more after that. And he said, there's nothing, this is astounding to me. He said, there's not much preventing them from being able to do that in real time other than enough compute power. So as algorithms get better and GPUs get better and, you know, more server farms are you know, serving up more GPU cycles, we're going to have a literal Babelfish kind of situation where you're going to be on a Zoom call with people in multiple countries where everyone's speaking their native language and everyone's hearing all the other participants speaking their language fluently. Fuck. Wild. Crazy. All right. Time sensitive. Bedtime reminder. Your bedtime is approaching. Time to wind down and prepare for a good night's sleep. Thanks, Apple. I know you've got my best in mind. You know what I need to do? No, Kyle, what? I need to charge my little watch. Hang on. I'll be with you. You people just calm down. Just calm down. I'll be back. just hold your horses. Hold your horses. I know I was late tonight. Everyone was all like, where's Kyle? Where's Kyle? Class didn't start yet. We've been here for an hour. Where are you? Where are you? Sam Corn, Kyle. Oh, have you seen Google's new generative image dynamics yet? I don't know. Is this a new thing? I saw their style drop thing. Are you talking about style drop or is this a new thing? Because if it's new, no. Oh, and by the way, for those of you that are here and you're like, I'm so far behind. If you pay attention to this shit every single day and like you do everything in your human power to keep up with it, you're not even fucking close. Not even fucking close. So let's see if Google did something new with image dynamics. Google image. I'm telling you, Google's going to come out fucking swinging. Dynamics. I didn't have a lot of faith in them after their Paris debacle back in February. That was fucking embarrassing. And then they did another one in June that was fucking embarrassing. And then just all of a sudden in July, Bard started sucking less. And this latest set of updates in Bard is actually pretty good. Generative image dynamics from, September 18th. Okay, so this is 3 days ago. Generative image dynamics from Google Brain Research. Is this it? Sorry, I might have some dust in my throat or something. Maybe my throat's going again. Let's watch it together.
Google just dropped a new paper with the name Generative Image Dynamics, which is the proof we are living in a science fiction world. They created a diffusion-based model which takes still image as input and outputs dynamic looping video.
Okay, I can't understand that. From static to stunning, Google Images, Generative Image Dynamics. So this is a paper. Okay, this is a paper. Yeah, September 14th. Is this the one from Google? Is this the one? Yeah, that's the one. What's it do? You want to see something fun? Yes, Kyle. That's why we come here. Show us something fun. Don't ask us questions like that, silly. You know we want to see something fun. My goodness. He's such a silly bird. All right. So we're going to go to ChatGPT-4. I don't know if you ever heard of ChatGPT, but...
You could make money with ChatGPT!
So ChatGPT's this thing. It's going to change everything. I don't know if you heard about it. It's going to totally fuck up. I didn't talk about the future of work. I don't know if Ann Fundraising is in here, but if you're in here, raise your hand and I'll wax philosophic about the future of work. But anyway, we're going to go to plugins. And then I'm using a plugin called WebPilot. And WebPilot can look at websites and PDFs. So I'm going to say, based on this PDF, and this is, by the way, so one of the nicknames for the channel, as you might imagine, is Chat ADD, which is, I think it's my favorite nickname of all the stuff. I have ADD, and while I like technical shit, the thought of reading a long technical paper and actually parsing all of it makes me insane. And with these technical papers, even reading the abstract is like, they kind of assume what, certain abstract mathematical concepts are. So when you read the abstract, you can't even understand what the fuck they're talking about. So that's no longer an issue. So based on this PDF, please summarize this at a 5th grade reading level. I'm going to talk it. Knowing that I am an artist and trying to understand what is significant about this paper in the context of digital art. And so now it's going off. It says using Web Pilot. So it's using that plugin. It's going off and reading the paper for us. And then it's going to come back and it's going to do a little writing. It's going to do a little creative writing. All right. This paper is about making pictures move. Summary. The scientists, again, I did this for a 5th grade reading level. The scientists in this paper have created a way to make pictures look like they are moving, like trees swaying or flowers dancing in the wind, all from just one single image. They use something called neural stochastic motion textures. See? You don't know what those words fucking mean. It's 4 words. Neural stochastic motion textures. I don't even know what some of the individual words mean, much less what that grouping of 4 words means. To predict how each part of the picture should move to make it look real. This means they can turn a still image into a video that loops over and over and over. Or even let people interact with the picture, like dragging and releasing a point on an object on the picture and see it bounce back. So you can grab a flower and drag it and it'll snap back. That's amazing. This is really cool for artists because it can bring your artwork to life. Why it's cool for digital art: bringing art to life, interactive art, creating dynamic scenes. Questions to think about: how can I use this? You can use this technology. So anyway, even though that's kind of a silly little way I did that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say, hang on, neural stochastic motion textures, copy. I'm going to say, watch this. This will be fun. I want you to pretend like you're a marketing master and your goal is to help these scientists repackage the concept of, and then I paste it in, neural stochastic motion textures. Come up with a way to say that will make sense to non-scientists. And let's use that as the tagline. And then I want you to come up with 10 creative names for what this technology might be called if we were going to market it. Absolutely. Tagline: bring your art to life with magical motion textures. Perfect. Creative names: Art Mover Magic, Pixel Pulse Creations, Alive Brush Technology, Motion Craft Studios. These are all shitty. Dynamic Canvas Innovations, Interactive Imagination Flow. Interesting. Wondrous Wave Artistry. No. Enliven Art Solutions. Okay. Let's see. The names are too slick. Can you keep them simple and compelling, but have them sound less like you're trying to sell me something? I don't even know if it'll understand that, but Art in Motion, Living Pictures. That's pretty good. Living Pictures, Simple Motion Art, Breathe Art, Picture Pulse, Quiet Motion, Gentle Move Art. But anyway, you get the idea. one of the things that researchers often face is they'll create something remarkable and they have a tough time communicating like the value of it because they're interested in like how to describe what the thing actually is. But if they want to get the thing out there, you could use something like this to create a marketing version of your paper where one goes to archive for the scientists and another one goes to Twitter to understand what the fuck this thing is. That's really cool. Thanks for sharing that. I think that was Sam. Or no, was that Joker? Sam or Joker shared that. Thank you for sharing that. Meth Lab. AI Learning Meth Lab. Yeah. All right. Yesterday, I saw a video that said DALL-E is now embedded in ChatGPT. Can you show? It's not. It's... I can show you the site. It's not in ChatGPT yet. I'll go look now. The thing that was announced yesterday is it was announced yesterday. And it sounds like from Abran, this guy I know, that it's one of the OpenAI ambassadors. It's going to show up as a plugin. I'm going to go just make sure that they didn't sneak it in while we've been sitting here. This happened one night with Code Interpreter. I was like, when am I going to get access to Code Interpreter? They never gave me access to Code Interpreter. I talk about oh, here it is. That's pretty funny. And then we'll go look and see if they snuck it into plugins, because that's where he said it's going to be. So in plugins, we're going to go to the plugin store. DALL-E DALL-E. Nope, not there. But I'll go show it to you. Well, that lost its CSS connection, didn't it? There you go. All right. So here's DALL-E 3. This is the website. So if you want to see this, go to openai.com/DALL-E-3. Because why make it easy to type in? Bitter? You betcha. Okay, so here's some of the images. This one right here, there's a couple of things going on here. So the prompt for that image, where is it? Let me open this up. The prompt for this image is an illustration of an avocado sitting in a therapist's chair, check, saying, I just feel so empty inside, check. And if you know these tools, they can't do that well. With a pit-sized hole in its center. So that's not a pit, it's a hole. A pit-sized hole. The therapist, a spoon, check, is taking notes, check. So it can take all of the context. It's also built in natively into GPT-4. GPT-4 is going to be able to help you prompt, and it's also going to be in context of a larger conversation. So let's say you describe the plot of a graphic novel, and then you want to start creating concept art for it. It understands the context of the graphic novel that you're writing about. So that's that guy. Here's another one where oops, what did I do? Old man trying to use computers. Old man trying to use computers. Yeah. So this is cool. This is a lychee-inspired spherical chair with a bumpy white exterior and plush interior set against tropical wallpaper. Yep, that pretty much hits it out of the park. So it does that. It also does, this is a thing that, again, it's like a really complicated prompt. So they broke the prompt up and just showed all the different things that it captured. Here's DALL-E 2 with this same prompt, and here's DALL-E 3 with the same prompt. So DALL-E 3 is just way better. And then I'll play this video here because this video is crazy. My daughter says its name is Larry. Can I see more like this? So it now remembers that character is Larry. And so now he just goes on and prompts it to put Larry in a bunch of other scenes, which if you've ever tried to do a children's book, this is one of the most frustrating things, because you get a cute thing like Larry and then you try to get Larry to be in other scenes and you just fucking can't. It's like it all of a sudden the hedgehog is a platypus and then it's a squirrel and then you're like, where the fuck is Larry? Larry's gone. Not anymore. Look at that. You tell the whole story and then you put Larry to bed. And he goes to bed. It's like Emilio's wife. It's like Emilio's wife. Larry was made for you. Look at that bed. Look what we have for Emilio's wife. She's very concerned about being late. And she's just got lovely emoji game. And so fans made her an "Am I late?" sign. And it's just like little Larry. Look how sweet. You see how all this stuff's interrelated? We're all part of the same oneness. You know that, right? So we shouldn't be mean to each other anymore. How about that? What if we use AI as an excuse to stop being assholes to each other? How's that for a radical idea? You in? Microsoft debuts AI-powered Copilot platform, new Surface hardware. Interesting. Microsoft to sell AI assistant software to the biggest clients starting November 1st. Yep. Kyle, there's a demo of the moving images online. Oh, cool. Where is it? Let me go see if I can find it. What was that called? Generative image dynamics. Generative image dynamics demo. Generative image dynamics.github.io. Paper demo. I met Sam. Sam's the best. Sam has brought me to the other side of, if someone says, where should I start? I think they should start with Claude. I think you're right, Sam. And now Sam's like, but Kyle, show demo. Come on, Kyle. There's a demo. Show it. Don't just read the paper with your stupid ChatGPT. All right, seamless looping video. It's just wiggling. Interactive dynamics. It's wobbling the picture. That's super cool. Oh, yeah, look at these things. Oh, this is so cool. You know what? Just, I mean, think about this for just for marketing. For marketing, if nothing else, you generate a cool image or you take a cool photograph, you pop it into a tool like this, and it just brings it to life like this. So imagine the web and social media is just going to start having like more motion in it, because it will be just as easy to make an image that does this as to just make an image. That's pretty slick. Can we grab any? Try it yourself. Yes. Oh, look. By the way, I'm at generative-dynamics/github.io. Wow. 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 Can I grab the background? Nope. So it understands that this is in the foreground. So it's the thing in focus. So it separates it from the background. Wow, that's wild. Let's see. Let's grab another one. A little white one. I mean, it's a little boring, but it's a lot of cool. It's like, what's nice about it is how fluid it is and how it's instant. Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow. It's even doing some parallax. You can't really see it. It's doing some kind of parallax stuff on, like, that little branch right there is moving slower than the one that's closer. So it's understanding some depth stuff in here. There's some artifacts that are weird. See these blurry lines here? There's some weird artifacts on that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's sort of shit in the bed there, but this right here is perfect. Huh. But it understands that this is closer, so it's trying to move it more, and so it's just not interpolating that movement right. But the one where it's not moving it a lot, it's really cool. Motion magnificent. Oh, that's so cool. We can mimify top or magnify bottom. Minify. Oh, zoom out. By adjusting the amplitude of the motion textures. So this is motion textures. Wild. Slow motion. Related work. That's super cool. All right. See? Please repeat the name again. Yes, the paper is called Generative Image Dynamics from Google Research. And the URL is generative-dynamics.github.io. And in fact, what happened? No, stop. Oh, Bing. Whoa. Look what Bing did. Bing. This is like Siri taking over. I was just trying to show you the URL of that thing. And Bing heard me and said generative image dynamics demo and made an image to kind of go with it. That's kind of cool. Anyway, there's the URL, generative-dynamics.github.io, and then there's a link to the paper, to the archive, and to the demo. So that's pretty swell. All right, what time is it? Listen, people, I have a 7 a.m. meeting. It's 10:53. It's very late. People are ruining my life. You're ruining my life. You're not. You're swell. Couple of things. Let's see. I'm totally up for that idea. I'm gonna scroll to the bottom here. This is how the takeover begins. It starts with our web browsers. Off to work I go. Later, Thelonious. Peace. Now Bing is jealous. Exactly. What the hell is going on here? The .io extension is assigned to the British Indian Ocean Territory. That's really funny. Let me show you. I want to hit a couple of things before I go. First, thanks for hanging out. This is cool. I got to go to bed, though. Where is my... There it is. Okay. If you want to join a community of people exploring AI and trying to figure out what the fuck all this stuff is, this is a group I started back in December called the AI Salon. We meet every other Tuesday in person here in Denver, and then online. And then we have an online Discord. And a lot of the people from the AI Learning Lab have infiltrated the salon and are kind of like, playing around in there. It's really cool. There's a lot of new energy, a lot of new activity. So if you want to, be part of a community that's trying to figure this stuff out, Larry's gone. People, digital gods just made it funny. People are making funnies. What's fun is people are using ideogram with the text generation. As I say stupid shit, they make stupid images and put them in there to remind me of the stupid shit I said, which I think it's kind of the most flattering kind of trolling I've ever experienced. I like it a lot. It makes me smile inside. So anyway, go do that. Storyvine's my company. But the other thing is I'm putting on a workshop for creatives. So I've been invited by another creator who's a creative coach and a voiceover artist, and we put together a 3-day workshop. It's 2 hours once a week for 3 weeks, starting October 1st. So if that's something you'd be interested in, just go there. And I'm trying to think what else. I'll go back to this. This is kind of the most important thing. If you haven't played with these tools yet, start with Claude, as Sam told you, or ChatGPT, chat.openai.com, or Bard, any one of these three. And just start playing with them. Just start seeing what they do and how they do it. And it will serve you well. Also, I've got the recordings of these lives I'm hosting on a YouTube channel, AI Learning Lab -TT. And if you go there, you'll look at the impressive descriptions of each episode. That's all Claude. I figured it probably took me 50 attempts at that prompt to get it even close to giving me what I wanted. Because I'm trying to figure out how to chapterize these big long things that are just kind of random. But anyway, hope that's good. Listen, I appreciate you all. Let's get up a pretty little image here to go night with. We started with that one. Let's see which one we got here. That one's good. the little cranky bartenders with the AI Salon. The AI Salon booze. All right, so we're going to do a little romper room here. Nancy, good night. Mike Rowe, thanks for coming. Sam Korn, thanks for your contributions tonight. That was awesome. Forever Hooked, welcome. Thank you, Mike Rowe. Thelonious. Emilio's, good to see you. Nancy, JRC, thank you all. Peace out. Digital Gods, thank you so much. I appreciate the lemonade. Lemonade, tasty lemonade. Can't wait till Bing gives you the survey. Share Bear, thank you. Oh, cool. Share Bear signed up for the workshop. That's awesome. Is Claude still exclusive to Slack? It really is fucking days of our AI Learning Lab models. Man, I appreciate these lives. Thank you, Polly Z. I appreciate that. And thanks for whoever pinned that. That's really cool. All right, everybody. Nostalgic Fix, thank you. Joker, good to see you, Mike Rowe. Peace out, everybody. I hope you have a good night, and I will see you. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'll see you Friday night. What are you doing Friday night? I'm watching some old guy on TikTok. What are you doing? I'm doing the same thing. I don't know why you would do that, but I'll see you there.